Welcome to today's lecture in the unit 2 about wool. This is the second lecture. The topic is basic structure and development of wool follicle. So probably you have studied earlier in other courses, maybe in histology or in physiology, that the wool follicle is the root for the growth of fiber, even if it is for wool or hair or other kind of fibers. So we will try to understand here about the basic structure of the follicle, different kinds of follicle, that is primary and secondary, and how their development starts in the pre-born animals, and little bit with details, diagrams, and the formation of wool in this lecture. So we will talk about wool follicle. This is a small structures present in skin from which hairs and wool fibers grow. Basically it is at the second layer of the skin, that is the dermis, and there are two types of follicle, that is primary and secondary follicles. Mostly the wool follicles that produce the mature fleece are already present before the birth of the lamb. Especially the follicles first begin to appear when the fetus is 2 months old. That is, the primary follicle growth starts before the birth at the age of 2 months. However, the secondary follicle starts growing little later. So we are going to discuss that more details next. As I mentioned, there are two types of follicles, that is primary follicle and secondary follicle. Primary follicle gets the development beginning at about 2 months of age. So in case of sheep, primary follicles produce three types of fibers, that is wool, hair and kemp. Whereas in case of goat, they produce mohair, hair and kemp. Then there is a secondary follicles which starts growing little later, and the final stages comes after birth. Large number growth happens. So the secondary follicles produce wool in case of sheep. So mostly it produces wool, whereas primary follicles produces three types of fibers. Then mohair in case of Angora goat, not the other two variety in case of Angora goat. And the Pashmina goat, which produces Pashmina, or it is also called Kashmiri goat. So Pashmina fiber is produced from the secondary follicles. Here we can see the follicle structure. So the structure of follicle, basic structure. So we can see a stereo diagram of an idealized wool follicle group showing the three types of fiber and the two types of follicle in the skin. So if we see the structure at the top left side, we can see three kind of fibers as I have mentioned: the thicker and darker kemp fiber, and then fine structure, that is wool fiber, and little bit intermediate with less thickness and darkness, that is the hetero or hair fiber. These are the three kind of fibers. In the bottom left side, we can see the erector muscle, then the sebaceous gland, that is little bit at the upper surface, and there is sweat gland and sweat duct, that is at the bottom surface. And we can also see the trio of primary follicles. Primary follicles comes with the three fibers. Then in the right side, we can see the secondary follicle, and at the little bit down we can see there are two sheath, that is the outer sheath and the inner sheath, and at the bottom we can see the papilla, that is the beginning for the growth of the fiber, which we are going to discuss next. Here we can see a comparison between primary follicle and secondary follicle. The primary follicles are larger in size, whereas the secondary follicles are comparatively smaller. The primary follicles are arranged in rows, often of three primaries each. So three of primary will come at a time together, whereas in the secondary follicle are more numerous and lie to the one side of primary. So secondary follicles are in large numbers, so they remain at one side of the primary follicles. Primary follicles are formed first in the fetus. that is before birth, as I mentioned, at about 2 months of age, whereas secondary follicles are formed later, at a later time. The development of first follicle starts at about 50 days of fetus in case of primary follicle, whereas in case of secondary follicle it starts at about 90 days at different region of the body of the fetus. The primary follicles have been formed and growing by the time lamb is born. So all the primary follicle formation is already done, already over before birth, whereas secondaries, though developed before birth, does not produce fiber until birth. So actual fiber production starts after the birth. The follicle will be ready. In case of primary follicle, hair or coarse wool fibers and the kemp grow only in primary follicles. So primary follicle produces 3 kind of fibers, whereas in general secondary follicles grow the true wool fibers. The number of primary follicle does not change after birth. So the number of follicle remains same. Whereas in case of secondary follicle, it grows multi-level just after birth. So there is 15% increase within a week and 250% increase between 7 to 14 days of birth. Primaries have an apocrine sweat gland and erector muscle. So as I mentioned earlier, primary follicle will have a sweat gland, whereas in case of secondary follicle, sweat gland and erector muscles are absent. So erector muscle is mostly present for the hair. Then primary follicle has a sebaceous gland, but in case of secondary follicle, not always present this sebaceous gland, but have only a acinar sebaceous gland. So these are the differences between the two type of follicles. So here once again we can see the magnified structure of the wool follicle. Here at the left side we can see the structure of the secondary follicle, and at the right side structure of the primary follicle. In the primary follicle right side we can see the erector muscle, the sudoriferous gland and its duct, and there is a central primary follicle, and at the top we can see the grown fiber. In case of pure wool it will have only cortex and cuticle. At the middle we can see bundle of 2 secondary follicles which comes along with the side of the primary follicles, and in the left side we can see a secondary follicle. At the top there are the fiber, then there is at the upper surface sebaceous gland, then at the bottom we can see the actual secondary follicle, this outer surface and the inner surface, and the bottom we can see the papilla from which the fiber grows. Now you will try to understand the development of follicles, that is the wool follicle. Even it is same for hair follicle also. The follicles begin to appear when the unborn lamb or fetus is 2 months old, which I have already mentioned earlier. Now the origin is from the skin, and skin of lamb consists of 2 main parts, that is dermis and epidermis. As you have already studied in histology, the upper layer is the epidermis and the below we have dermis layer. Now epidermis is formed by constant growing and dividing of a very active layer of cells called basal layer. So that basal layer is present in the dermis. So dermis is the actual skin where there is the basal layer cells. These cells grow continuously and do all kind of repair for the epidermis. Now this basal layer is important as it plays a major role in the formation of wool follicle. So the actual wool follicle growth or development happens at the basal layer. How it happens I am going to discuss step by step with photographs. Here you can see the diagram. It is showing different stages of the development of wool follicle. It is stages 1 up to stage 7 for the growth of follicle and the fibers, which we are going to study later next. Now we will discuss about the development of primary follicle. The previously I have mentioned about the general about the wool follicle development. Now later we are going to discuss about the development of secondary follicle. The follicular development of wool fibers takes place in sequential manner. Certain position in the skin basal layer thickens and begins to grow downward, as you can see in the picture. An aggregation of dermal cells appears beneath the epidermal plug. Then the base of the epidermal plug flattened, and after that the sudoriferous gland appears as a rudiment bud from the ventral side of the follicle. So this is how the beginning happens. At the basal layer a portion start growing downwards, and step by step it grows further to form a bud, rudimentary bud for the sudoriferous gland. This is the phase 2 of the development of primary follicle. The bilobed sebaceous gland bud is formed on the ventral side below the sudoriferous gland rudiment. Then the solid sudoriferous gland rudiment show a distal swelling. The formation of the epidermal part of the hair canal begins. Then sebaceous cells migrated to the follicle neck, that is towards the upper part. Then formation of Henle's layer nuclei takes place as elongated shape. Then the hair canal develop further. So this is how the second stage grows, and it develops the hair canal, and we will go to the next stage. Now this is phase 3 for primary follicle development. The refractile hair cone reaches the level of the base of the bilobed sebaceous gland. The developing hair cuticle and cortex can be recognized. That is, at the center we can see the development of the fiber. There is frequently a hair canal space in both the epidermis and the follicle neck. So a formation of the hair canal through which the fiber will go out. That formation starts at the epidermis, that is at the top layer of the skin. The tip of the hair cone is solid and refractile and lies at or above the level at which the sebaceous gland opens. So the tip of the hair cone is visible, as you can see in the picture. This is the phase 4 for the primary follicle. The keratinized tip of the hair lies inside the cone. At this stage, all the follicle layers can be recognized. The sudoriferous gland usually began to widen below the level of the erector muscle. Hair canal formation is completed, so through which the hair can go upwards. The tip of the wool fiber emerged through the inner root sheath and then lies at the epidermal layer. So the tip of the fiber now continuously grow upward, and finally when it is reaching the epidermis, it will come out through the skin. This is the phase 5 or the last phase for the development of primary follicle and leading to the growth of a fiber. The uppermost part of the canal is usually bent, forming an obtuse angle. The inner root sheath layers split and fragment as they reach the hair canal. The hair pierced the uppermost layer of the epidermis and emerged. So in this picture we can see the structure I have mentioned earlier about the hair follicle. Almost everything has come, starting with the sebaceous gland, sudoriferous gland, the basal layer with papillae, which is continuously growing as a fiber, and finally it has come out through the skin. Now we will try to understand about the development of secondary follicles, that is the phase 1. The secondary follicles go through the same stages of development as mentioned for primary follicle, except some differences as under. Here an aggregation of dermal cells appear beneath the epidermal plug, that is the beginning. Then it starts growing downward, which continues to elongate and retains its rounded base. The secondary follicle is usually more elongated than the primary follicle. So the follicle is more elongated here. However, the sudoriferous gland rudiment does not form because secondary follicle don't have the sudoriferous gland, and the sebaceous gland rudiment usually appears at a later stage of development. So the basal layer of the epidermis is the beginning for growth of the follicle, which starts growing downwards and forms a bulb which goes down to a certain extent, and then from there it forms a papilla which starts growing upwards continuously in between the outer and inner sheath. And that's how the fiber comes out. That's what I have explained earlier. Here is the phase 2 for development of secondary follicles. Here there is no erector muscles are formed, since there will be no erector muscles in the secondary follicles, but the hair cone is similar to that of primary follicles. Many differentiated sebaceous cells are present, but the gland rudiment does not protrude very far from the follicle well. Sebaceous cells may migrate to the neck of the follicle prior to hair canal formation. So the gland formation is very slow and it goes upward near the neck before the formation of hair canal. Normally the sebaceous gland remains at the upper surface, whereas the sudoriferous gland remains at the bottom surface. A ventral swelling of the outer root sheath is less conspicuous at all stages than the primary follicle. Here is the phase 3 for secondary follicles. Frequently, many derived secondary follicles are formed as branches from the first developed secondary follicle. So, as I mentioned earlier, the number of secondary follicles are much higher and larger in number. So, there is a derived secondary follicles formed side by the first secondary follicles. Later, the hair cone becomes refractile and reaches the level of the base of the sebaceous gland. Huxley's layer and the developing hair cuticle and cortex can be recognized inside the hair cone. Then the formation of the epidermal hair canal begins, as I have explained earlier in case of primary follicle, frequently in the upper neck region of the follicle. The sebaceous cells are regenerating in the lower neck of the follicle, and further formation of derived secondary follicles may occur. So this is the phase 4 or the final phase for the development of the secondary follicle. The hair canal formation less advanced than the primary follicle. The tip of the keratinized wool fiber emerge through the inner root sheath. This lies in a completed hair canal which is common to the bundle of follicles. The bending of the hair canal of primary follicles was not observed in the secondary follicle. That is, I mentioned earlier, in case of primary follicle there is a bending of the hair canal which is not present in case of secondary follicles. The inner root sheath layers undergoing fragmentation as they reach the hair canal. So this is again a difference. And finally, the hair emerge from the skin surface as we have seen in case of primary follicle. But only thing is, in case of secondary follicle, the fiber will be mostly like a wool with the special characteristics of only the cuticle and cortex structure, which we are going to discuss and learn later. Now the development of primary follicle and secondary follicle I have mentioned, but as I have mentioned, in the primary follicle it forms three kind of fibers, particularly the coarse fibers or hair-like heterofibers. So these fibers are more in diameter and they will have a hollow structure if we see microscopically, that is called medulla. So how the development of medulla happens? The development of medulla is essentially the same in hairy fiber and chems. As I said, there are three kinds of fibers: wool, hair and chems. In true wool fiber, the basal layer is continuous over the papilla and gives rise to cell of cortex and cuticle. So in case of fine wool, the basal layer itself having the typical code or message for growth, and it grows and gives only two structure, that is cuticle and cortex. So these details we are going to learn later in the structure of wool fiber. In case of medullated fibers, that is those fiber which has got medulla, means a hollow structure, that is in case of only thick fibers, coarse fibers, the individual cells of the basal layer at the apex of the dome of papilla, that is the bottom structure which is growing continuously, a bulb-like structure growing continuously upward. So it has got the basal layer cells that pass upwards into the center of the growing fiber and form the medulla. So the cells of the medulla may break down completely during the keratinization of the rest of the fiber so as to leave a completely hollow canal. So very coarse hairy fibers, chems, medullary cells are replaced by a hollow network. Due to appearance of open space between the cells become flattened to form the network structure. Now we have come to the end of today's lecture. This lecture is all about the structure and development of wool follicle. So at the beginning we have tried to explain about the wool follicle and its structure with diagram, the different type of follicle, that is primary and secondary, and the kind of fibers they produce and the comparison between primary and secondary follicle. Then I have explained about the development of primary follicle with diagrams, and then I have explained the development of secondary follicles with specific differences. Here once again I will summarize the growth of the follicle with this diagram. There is three columns, first, second and third. From the left side, the top, we can see formation of the growth from the basal layer. The second one, it further grows down and beginning of the sudoriferous gland. The third one, little more growth of the base and the bulb and formation of this sudoriferous gland. Then the fourth one, there is a beginning for the growth of sebaceous gland, and in the fifth one there is formation of erector muscle and more growth for the sebaceous gland and the formation of the papilla-like growth which starts growing upwards. Then in the next row, the first one, we can see there is a formation of cone-like structure and growth of the papilla, that is the formation of keratinization which grows continuously upward. There is more growth for the sebaceous gland. In the next one we can see there is a clear growth of the tip of the keratinized fiber growing upward. In the third one, in the second row, we can see more clear growth of the fiber and reaching almost to the top of the surface, that is the epidermis, and there is formation of hair canal. Then in the right side, third row, the top one, we can see there is a formation of hair canal. Everything is ready and it is ready to come out from the skin. And the last one, we can see the tip of the fiber is coming out from the skin. So I hope it is clear. I wish you can read from the lecture notes or from this book given here. Thank you.